Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Justy.
And together we're losing it.
We both lost over 100 pounds by developing healthy habits.
And I also had weight loss surgery and used a GLP-1 medication.
And I used a GLP-1 medication and had skin removal surgery.
We're really passionate about helping people learn to live a healthy lifestyle by sharing our experiences.
But we're not doctors, so if you have questions, reach out to your medical team. And you may see our mascot Sancho pop up from time to time.
And all three of us hope that you find our content useful.
Welcome back, friends. We're here after a little hiatus, which what else is new? I feel like that's that's the story of our life right now.
That's the start of every of
Um,
our podcasts.
I know. We're few and far in between. I feel like honestly, though, because I feel like we've kind of talked about so much that like I guess we could revisit topics too, but
Mhm.
if you've already, watched or heard it, then you've heard it all before. So but yeah, this one, and I know the topic that we're going to talk about today, I know that we've definitely talked about a lot of these different things, but I don't think ever the topic directly, which is diet culture. And as I was thinking about it, I was just kind of like, we see a lot on social media, and I just see people saying like, oh, like saying like I can't have that, or um just having that kind of diet mentality of like, oh, I'm going to start, starting this workout tomorrow. Who's going to join me? And, things like that. Like just all these, and not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but if you haven't worked out in like years and then all of a sudden you're starting something on Monday and you're trying to get people on board with you, that's probably a diet culture.
Yeah.
So, just little things like that I've seen. And I'm like, man, I feel like it took us a really long time to get to a place where we just don't necessarily look at food like that as like, this is bad or this is good, or I can't
Mhm.
have that. I can't have the burger. I can't have ice cream. Like you can, but it's just in how you choose to do it. So,
And the same thing
um,
with working out too. If you can't make it to the gym 5 days a week and work out for an hour, well, what can you do? You know?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So, and that it all ties back to the all or nothing thinking, which we've talked
Hmm.
about so many times before, because that's who we've been for. I mean, what are we? We're about to be 50. So I know, take off the last, I don't know, 5 years or so. So 40 for about 45 years, we've been very like black and white. It's right, it's wrong, it's all
Hmm.
or it's nothing. So to break 45 years of thoughts and habits is hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard.
And especially without, you and I haven't, like, I haven't gone to counseling for this. I don't have like these big trauma things really that I need to
Right.
work through or whatever. We just didn't have a lot of that. So we've kind of figured it out on our own or together and through this weight loss community. So it's been pretty cool how we've come around, I guess.
Right. And a lot of it's just because like I feel like we're just kind of self-taught in it, and it's who we've
Yeah.
followed on our journeys and who we've like picked up things. And I think the thing about you and I is we're very logical.
Yeah.
So like you will see something, and we're not gullible enough to like believe everything that we see, or to be like, oh, this new like pill that's out on the market, this must be magic. Let me go buy it. Like I never bought into fads and stuff like
Right.
that. Did I try every diet under the sun? I sure did, because it's almost like you get so, I'm gonna say desperate for lack of a better term. Like
Hmm.
I did a juice fast for actually I did it for a month straight, where all I drank, I juiced all my own juice. I did that for a month, and I continued it on a little while after that because I did a juice fast, and let me tell you, I felt fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I really did. I had like at first my energy dropped, and then about I would say like 7 to 10 days into it, my energy shot through the roof. Like I was like running around the house cleaning at like midnight. It was insane. But I think it's just because my body was, I hate to use the word cleansed, but it kind of was. I didn't have any, it was all fruits
Hmm.
and vegetables. I didn't have any, there was really no impurities in there besides whatever the hell chemicals came on them because I wasn't doing organic. But, um, so I did that for a while. And then when I stepped down from that, I did vegan for a while.
Hmm.
And I did feel great, but none of that was sustainable because deep down, I love a burger.
Right.
I just
Mhm.
do. I'm
And
just,
like a
it's
real
not
burger,
right. It's
like
not for
like
me.
cow.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just not for me. Will I eat an Impossible Burger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But am I going to say I'm never going to have a beef burger again the rest of my life? Absolutely not. I love burgers, So it just, for me, yes, I felt great. It just was not sustainable for me. And some people make that change and they're able to keep that change and remain vegan or whatever the case is. But I know it's not for me. So why bother even trying to force myself into it?
Right, right. Right. And I mean, I didn't try as many diets as you did because Steph is a very like planned, organized person. And I am not. So I'm like a hot mess express all the time. So to follow rules is not my thing. So I have a really hard time with it. So even just vitamins and that sort of thing, like, no.
They're
So I
right
never
here
really
because I have to
followed,
take them.
right?
I
I never
remember.
really followed a diet for more than like a week or so. I just can't. But I would just do like not eat, or
Right.
work out a lot. And none of it really made any of a difference. I would go down like 20 pounds and then stay there for a while because I couldn't do what I was doing to get there. I would creep up a little bit and go back down. And, you know, I never really looked at what I was doing as like being healthy for me internally. It was all about getting skinny. It
Hmm.
wasn't like how I felt. It wasn't what I liked. It wasn't what I enjoyed. It wasn't for like pure health. It was just to lose weight.
Yeah.
And now I eat.
The end game was did you ever do the where you put like your face that you cut a picture of your face out and put it on like a magazine picture of like somebody in a bikini or something?
Oh yeah,
Like
when
I
I
did
was
that
younger.
and put it on my
Yeah.
fridge because I
Uh-huh.
just knew I was going to be that chick in a bikini on the beach.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, Steph, that's what's going to happen. So that was supposed to be my motivation.
Uh-huh.
Don't
I
ask
mean, we
me.
really tried everything, but what we didn't try until 5 years ago or so, well, Steph obviously
Right.
had the sleeve. And then
Hmm.
after she had the sleeve, I kind of started my journey. And it was just really about making really small changes and being patient. Just being like, okay, I'm making this change because it's better for me as a whole human rather than it's better, I'm going to be skinny. Um,
Hmm.
and it was just small changes. I remember when I went from eating a whole pizza to a half, right? Like honestly, and it wasn't I'm never
Hmm.
eating pizza again. Now I eat one slice and I'm
Hmm.
satisfied with that. But it didn't take me it didn't happen overnight. It was like, okay, here's a whole Jack's pizza. Let me have that and a six pack of Modelo. And then now it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna still have the six pack of Modelo, but I mean a half a pizza. And then it's like, well, let me have
Right.
three Modelo. So it's like it was over time. And it was literally with like everything in my life was just a little bit better every day.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
yeah.
Small tweaks.
And then it
Hmm.
all settled to a certain point. Now I'm at a point where I'm settled, um, in a very healthy, non-dramatic, non-white knuckling. I will say Zepbound does help with that, but I'm
Mm.
also not the person on Zepbound who is wasting away because I want to be skinny. Uh,
Right. No, same. And I sometimes I have to remind myself, like, stuff you gotta eat. Because it happened to me today. I was getting ready to go pick Chelsea up from school and I was like, I still haven't eaten lunch today. And I was like, oh, I'll just wait till I get back. And I'm like, well, that's dumb because by the time I get back, it's gonna be almost time for dinner.
right.
So I made myself like I wasn't really hungry, but I was like, I know I have to eat because I could have easily skipped it. But I know because I eat so little as it is anyway. Skipping a meal is like, for me, is a kind of a big deal. Like, I'm not trying to be malnourished.
Right.
Like, I still
Right.
want to be healthy, but I do remind myself that I have to eat. So, and what worked out well for me is I only had like 15 minutes before I had to leave, but I meal prep. So I had a little container in the fridge that I just pulled out, put it in the microwave for a minute and a half, and then ate it before I left. And it was, you know what I mean? So there was no and that's the beautiful thing. There's no it's not so dramatic for us anymore. Like,
Mhm.
well, if I excuse me, if I can't have, you know, if I can't have pizza, I don't want anything. Or like I'm craved. I don't rarely do I like really, really, really crave something. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't. I'm just like, what do I have? Oh, I have this. I think I had it was turkey kielbasa that I like sauteed with coleslaw mix. So it was like the kielbasa and cabbage kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like so easy. It was like one of the quickest things I threw together. I made 4 portions of it and I have them to just pull out and eat. So it's like, do I want to necessarily eat that every day? No, but I kind of don't care. I was like, yeah, that's what I have. It's cool.
And
It's
people
not as
always
glamorous
say,
as like a
right.
pizza, but
And people always say how expensive it is to eat healthy.
mm,
But
mm,
honestly, I eat the same stuff I ate when I was 300 pounds. I just don't eat as much of it. So it
exactly.
actually is cheaper because
Right. Yeah.
like we had pizza, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. And instead of one night, it lasted me like I had it at night, I had it the next day for lunch, and then I had it the next day for lunch. And
Hmm.
I mean, so that it's not more expensive. It's if you have this, I can have this, I can't have that, then that's when it gets expensive. When you're like, oh, I
Right.
can only eat this, I can only eat that. It's like, well, no, that's very dramatic. Like you can eat whatever the hell you want. You can eat exactly what you're eating now, just eat
Hmm.
less of it. Instead of a whole plate, eat a smaller
Hmm.
portion. And I know that sounds cliche, like you've heard it 100 times, but it really does work and it's not more expensive to eat healthy.
And I will tell you the one in this sense, I can kind of see where you would say that. So, for example, it's Tuesday. And we're gonna have some tacos, some gringa tacos. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make them with, I kind of just want like ground beef because I
Hmm.
rarely do I have ground beef. It's always ground turkey or ground chicken or
Hmm.
vegetarian ground beef. So when I was buying it, I was like, well, like like I got the lean ground beef. And
Hmm.
yes, it costs
Which is more
more,
expensive. Hmm.
right? But I do eat less of it. So it's kind of like if
Hmm.
you if you're eating the right portion, then it's probably still costing less than if you
Hmm.
would have ate the giant portion of the meat that actually costs cheaper. So if you're looking at it per pound or
Hmm.
per ounce, yeah, it costs more. But if you're eating it like a realistic portion, then it no longer costs more.
Right. And for me, it's kind of like as I went on my journey. And so, what happens when you cut out foods or do a dramatic change in your diet is your body goes into like panic mode and it actually
Mm.
makes you crave more. And it's like, holy shit, whatever you're doing is uncomfortable and I don't like it. So,
Right.
I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to make you crave more.
Hmm.
I'm going to make your body uncomfortable. It's just going to be horrible to do. But if you do small changes, like I it didn't hurt me to eat like one less piece of pizza. The
Right.
pizza, what, and I remember saying, well, it just talks to me in the refrigerator. And I'm like, but it doesn't talk to me. Like, that's a lie. And that's dramatic.
Mm.
It's
Right.
not actually talking to me. Um, what I need to do is drink some water and take my ass to bed.
Right. Yeah.
And it's about talking yourself out of the bullshit that you're telling yourself too.
Hmm.
Because I used to make up all like, I think I posted the other day, I what was it? Oh, I didn't sleep at night. And so I kind of just took a little more time to get to the gym. And the old me would have been like, oh, I didn't sleep. I can't go. It's like, well, no. And then when I got there, I didn't want to do the workout I had planned. And I didn't do the
Hmm.
workout I had planned. I did a different workout. So it's like, you have to allow yourself to like pivot and not stick to this strict all or nothing rules. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't have worked out that day at all.
Right.
And then
Right.
I probably would have used that when if I was still in that mentality, I would have used that to be like, oh, I didn't sleep last night. I need chocolate cake.
Right.
But
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I
Right.
had chocolate cake. I might as well have pizza for dinner because I
Right.
already ruined it and I'll
Right.
start
And
over
that's the same
Monday.
thing too. So that's that all or nothing thing thinking that we have. But it's also like the restriction because the more that you restrict, the more that you're going to end up binging. There's never been a time when I said to myself, like, oh, I'm not eating cookies. I'm not eating cookies. I love cookies.
Hmm.
So if I'm going to continually tell myself that I can't have them or I'm not going to eat, I'm just not going to eat them anymore. Well, guess what I'm going to end up doing when I do finally come and me and a cookie come face to face. I'm taking it and all of its friends as well because I'm going
Right.
to eat it all.
Right.
Because now, because I haven't allowed myself to enjoy it here and there,
Hmm.
I'm going to enjoy them all at one time. So it's
Right.
like, it's like you go from restriction to binge. Like for me, anyway, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I go from restriction to binge like that. I'm a food
Yeah.
addict. That's what it comes
Yeah.
down to. That's my thing. Like for me, and I know you're a lot the same, alcohol, I could take it or leave it.
Hmm.
I haven't had a drink in a year, almost a year and a half now.
Hmm.
It's not, I could care less. Food?
Right.
Mm,
Hmm.
no, no, no. Like, and then I know that's different because you have to eat to survive. It's like you don't ever have to drink alcohol, but you have to eat to survive. But it's making the choices that like suit you and suit what you need. And we talked about this a little bit before we started recording that like you have to make the choice for you. Are you in maintenance and you can have a cookie here and there more often, or you do you really have a goal in mind and
Right.
you're trying to lose weight. So yes, you can have that cookie,
Hmm.
but it's probably going to take you a little longer to get to your goal that way. So it's
Right.
like you have to make that choice for
And
yourself. Like,
if you choose to eat the whole sleeve, then you just need to know that you're going to be far further away from your goal.
hmm
But to the first step is actually thinking about all that instead of just
hmm
eating the cookies or restricting yourself,
mindlessly.
right?
Yeah.
It's like working through how to justify making a better choice for yourself, right?
hmm
Which I've gotten really good at that. I mean, I go to Code Man's house. I usually don't go till like 7:30 at night because of our kids in school and grandkids and all that. And he's always brings something home after getting his son from soccer, Chipotle, whatever. And he doesn't have a weight problem, but and he always asks me, "Do you want something?" And I'm just like, "No, like I'm not eating that late. Like I'm going to eat my planned food, and I'm just not eating that late." Um,
hmm
and he's like, I don't know how you can just sit here and have someone else eat. He's like, it almost makes me feel uncomfortable to eat this delicious Chipotle in front of you. And I'm like, I'm
Right.
fine though. Like I'm satisfied. And
Right. I already ate.
yeah. And cause I'm already ate, I'm not hungry and I don't really eat unless I'm hungry.
hmm
And I'm going to feel really good when I go to bed tonight. And I'm going to feel really great when I wake up in the morning because I had this hot
hmm
tea and no drama.
And it's funny because Isaac would say to me, like, because I often just eat later. I just am not an early more. So if I don't eat my breakfast until let's say 10 o'clock, then that means that lunch is going to be like one or two. So
Mhm.
I just eat later. And on days that we're going to have dinner and it's like, and he'll be like, well, you ate so late. We're off. How does he say it? Like we're on different schedules now. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I mean, that's okay. You can eat when
Okay.
you want to eat and I'll eat when I want to eat. Like, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. We don't have to eat together. I
Mhm.
mean, it's nice. I shouldn't say that because as a family, I know me growing up, we always ate together as a family. And there's something to be said for that. But that doesn't mean that I can't be there with you and have the
We
conversation
never
with
did.
you or drink, right, and drink a glass of water. So I do understand the importance of that. So I don't want to take away from that, but at the same time, it's just like, I mean, I'm not going to eat sooner because you want to eat sooner. I get if we're going out to eat, maybe, we've got to make
Right.
that call. But if we're here at the house, like I'm just, why don't we don't have to eat at the same
Or like
time?
when we were on vacation, the I ate on the schedule of everybody else, right? So,
Mm.
and I'm like, I'm not really hungry, but I know there's no food at the hotel. So,
Right.
so I did have that. That was a modification, but I was okay with it, and I planned that
hmm
it was going to be like that. Um, but another thing that we wanted to talk about is like the scale and like how we were raised to determine health, I guess, or a lot of people are it's so hard with all these influencers and people online because there are some authentic people out there like us who are going to show the chingina on a podcast, but
I'm
there's people
surprised mine's not showing as much because my camera is angled up a bit too, but I don't
look
have,
at it
I don't know.
anyway. So
It's not a bad angle for me. I'm okay with
right,
it.
it's a good one, yeah. So just thinking like skinny is the goal and your weight is what represents your health, and that's just not,
Mm,
we all know that's not true anymore. And but I still
right.
struggle with it with, oh, I do all this working out and the scale's not going down. Um or I'm not hitting what the doctor recommends I should hit is 165. Well, I'm like 191 and I can't imagine being 165. I don't want to be
Right.
that skinny.
Yeah.
And so, but we do have a lot of pressure on us to the scale. And it's our generation, I think, more so than the current one, because a lot of these younger women I see at the gym are really about strength and being strong and all that sort of thing. So I'm hopeful that it's turning around. But most
Hmm.
people who are in this situation are our generation, right? Like, um, yeah. And so really figuring out a way to balance the all or nothing or the obsession with weight.
Hmm.
Because we do, as we were losing weight, it's like, oh, I lost 5 pounds this week. Oh, I lost 2 pounds this week. Oh, I only lost a half a pound this week. I must be doing something wrong.
Right.
But I wasn't. I was just, my
When
body
there's a
was,
million other factors in it,
yeah.
a
And my
million
body
other
was just
factors.
doing what it was doing with what I was doing to it. It's not right or
Hmm.
wrong. Um, when I go on vacation, I always gain weight, but I always also know that when I get back about a week later, I'm right back to normal because I'm bloated
Right.
and I'm
Right.
more sodium and all this stuff. So that diet mentality and that mentality that that the scale doesn't go up and down and that you have to stay in this. I don't know how women stay in a 5 pound range. I go up 5 pounds in a week sometimes,
Right. I don't weigh
Um,
myself enough to know. I think I've been probably weighing myself like maybe once a month or once every 3 weeks or so. I can tell by the way my clothes fit. I can tell by the way I feel, how my face looks. Like I could just tell different things. And so I get on the scale and I'm like, yeah, I'm right. Like it's still like within like 2 pounds of where I was the last two or three times I weighed in. So
and
I feel
I'm a
good.
weigh I weigh almost every morning. I wake up. Well, I don't weigh when I stay at Code Bands, but I wake up in the morning. I go make my coffee. I come in my bedroom. I'm naked the whole time, and I just stand on the scale naked before I eat or drink anything. And it's just right by my bathroom door, and so that's just what I do. But for me, I'm not obsessed with it, but it helps me. It helps me in a weird way justify the ups and downs because I know I'm not doing anything different to
Right.
make it go up 4 pounds. I didn't eat 12,000 extra calories last week. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it helps me just be like, okay, this is normal. The up and down is normal. And then my low, I always keep my low as my actual weight. So I was 191 at the lowest.
Hmm.
So that's my actual weight. But again, like I totally skipped my menstrual cycle this month. And so had all the symptoms, all the everything, the bloating, the cramps, the sensitive boobs. It just never came. So
Yeah.
that
Welcome to my world.
my body's just being is kind of fucked up right now. So
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
but anyway,
But yeah, I know growing up, we did Weight Watchers and got up on the scale in front of everybody and
yeah.
the gym. Like we just did my family's overweight. Everyone except for my
Mhm.
brother,
Right? That's your
bastard.
brother's so skinny.
I know, everyone except for him. And my dad was fairly like my dad has always been fairly average, I guess. I
Hmm.
wouldn't say skinny, but he had a little bit of a belly, I guess, you know, probably around our age, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. But then, as he got older, he's
Hmm.
just average. My dad's average, but the women in my family are all overweight. And it was the same thing for my mom's family, my dad's family, overweight too. I have the body shape of my dad's side of the family.
Hmm.
And it's just all the women are overweight. And it's like, and that's no excuse, but at the same time, it's like you're fighting your genes. Like there's not,
Right.
it's just not, the cards aren't lining up for me here. Like it's just like the
Right.
whole family is like that. And
Right.
then, and I think that my mom did the best that she could in trying to, what we didn't have internet, we had Britannia, Encyclopedia Britannica or whatever. We didn't have the internet. So,
Right.
I mean, there is a lot of misinformation out there, but she's just doing the best that she knows. Whatever the news said that you should eat low fat, so here we are on a low fat diet. Now the news is
Right.
saying you should eat low carb, so we're on a low carb diet. No different
Mm-hmm.
than the shit today, but we followed every fad there was. We went to the gym together. We played sports. We did all the things. But I think it's important too, is really just me taking all of that in and then just trying to make sure that I'm like with raising Chelsea, that like being honest with her and just being more matter of fact about things and making her make decisions for herself versus me saying you can't have that or you can have that. Like just teaching to make smarter decisions, because it's like, if you for example, we were at a like her she had a soccer tournament, and I made her a deal that I would buy her a crumble cookie if she finished her water all week, because she was struggling with drinking water at school. So she has her big old Stanley. I'm like, it's not an accessory. You're actually supposed to drink that. So if she had finished it all week, I would buy her a crumble cookie. So I bought it for her before we went to the tournament. So I was like, you're not eating the whole cookie though. And the look of horror on her face, I'm like, those cookies are like 1,000 calories for the whole
Yeah.
cookie. And then when you open it, I'm like, it's gigantic, Chelsea. You're not going to eat the whole thing. She's like, yeah, you're right. So I just try to explain things in that sort of sense.
Mm-hmm.
She had probably about a third of it. Well, then after her two games at the tournament the next day, she finished the rest of the cookie. Now, mind you, the child's probably ravenous because she just played two games back to back. And I'm like, it's whatever. Like, you eat the cookie. But then later, when we went out to dinner, she asked if she could have dessert. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you no, but I want you to make the decision for yourself, knowing that you ate probably 600 calories worth of a cookie earlier. So
Right.
if that's the choice that you want to make, then you can make that choice for yourself. But I'm just going
Mm-hmm.
to lay the facts out there. And she's like, why are you making me decide? I'm like, because I'm not the one that says I want to be a pro athlete. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
decision that you have to make. I can't make it for you. And she didn't order dessert, but I want her to be and feel empowered enough to make an educated decision and not just say, no, you can't have that. Yes, you like, I
Because
don't
she
want
has
to do
the
that.
genetics against her too. With
Hmm.
her mom isn't thin.
Right.
And so
Both sides of the family. Yeah.
uh-huh.
The
Yep.
women, I don't know why women get the raw end of the deal, man.
Right. Well, and another thing I was I don't know, I struggle with this, and this is kind of the diet, I guess a kind of a, I don't know if I want to call it a fad now or whatever, but it's like body positivity and loving yourself, right? So I struggle with
Hmm.
that because
Yeah, me too.
you absolutely, everybody has value in whatever shape or size they're in, right? But true body positivity and self love is doing things that make you healthier,
Yeah.
that align with health. Accepting your size in this moment is fantastic, but not doing anything about the fact that you are diabetic or high blood pressure or you can't tie your shoes, or you know what I mean? Like
Right. That's not
that
self-love.
that's not self-love. It's just not.
No.
It's making an
Right.
excuse for you to stay comfortable,
Right.
uncomfortably.
Right. No,
Right?
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's like opposite ends of the spectrum here. There's these diet fads on the internet where it's like, oh, skinny, skinny, skinny. What is the Osbourne's daughter? Lord help me.
Kelly Osbourne, yeah.
Right. And then we have these body positive influencers who are morbidly obese.
Hmm.
And that's not where we want to be either. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And
okay to
it's
love
and you're
ourselves at every stage, but are you
yeah,
getting
you said
better?
it well. Like love yourself where you are. Like give yourself the respect,
Mm-hmm.
your body the respect that it deserves, but at the same time giving it the respect it deserves is treating it better. And
Right.
treating it better is by making one like better, one healthier choice at a time. One
Right.
small choice at a
Mm-hmm.
time.
And
And it's
because
funny
we know how it
because
feels.
Charles said to me, actually, she said it to me yesterday. She's like, my friend so and so said, I don't even remember what friend, but she said she's said something like, "Why are your parents so strict?" And I was
Mm.
like, "Oh, little bitch." I was like, and she said, "Well, she's like, I don't think they're strict. I think they're just trying to teach me the like best way to do things." And she's like, "I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that they're strict." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, if we were strict, like you probably wouldn't have a phone. You probably
Right.
wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like we let you do things. It's just we're gonna guide you
Mm-hmm.
and give you like, try to I mean, we really do try to empower her to make decisions for herself. Like when it came time to try out for soccer clubs, it's like she was kind of wanting to leave the one that we're currently with. And it's like, we kind of want to leave there too, but we want her to make the decision. So we try to empower her to make her own decisions. And she decided to leave the club and go to a new one. That's a huge decision to make because she's leaving her comfort zone and going somewhere completely different with coaches she doesn't
Mhm.
know, people she doesn't know. But we don't want to ever tell her, here's what you have to do. We want to give
Mhm.
you all of the knowledge and the tools for you to make that decision yourself. If
And
I
I
see
think
you're
that's
making a terrible decision, we're probably going to intervene, but I
right. And
want you to make those decisions.
when you think about us when we were younger, and again, our generation is just different. We were told everything, what we're eating, what we're doing. Like we didn't have a choice. I didn't have a
Hmm.
choice of what I was eating for dinner, and I was cleaning
Right.
my plate because there's people starving in Africa,
Yes,
right?
they are. Right. And we could ship
Now,
that food off to Africa too. So,
right. So now, empowering kids within reason to make their
hmm
own choices is something that I think is going to be very helpful for this whole diet mentality. Um,
hmm
Lucas, he's so cute. That's my grandson. He is healthy is important to him, and he'll tell you that. He's like, well,
hmm
I like blueberries and bananas, and I like to drink water, and I'm teaching him that. I didn't teach my kids that, and so
Right.
when we go into the genetics of things, yeah, there are genetics that our families are both big, but there's also habits around those genetics that supported the genetics, right?
Yeah.
So changing the habits, you can't really change your genetics, but you kind of
You
can change.
can. You can redirect it.
You can
Yeah.
redirect things.
Because
Like,
then
yeah,
down the road, yeah, down the road, then it will you won't they won't not coming from a unhealthy household. Like if right now we're teaching healthy lifestyle, she's going to continue to live a healthy lifestyle and will likely teach her kids to live the same way.
right,
We don't fry food here. Like we're not,
right,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we're not,
yeah,
we just don't do that. If I
right,
want, listen, I like fried chicken though. I'm just gonna go get it that one time that I want it in a year. You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? I'm not gonna
I'm
make
not
it
going to
here.
buy a fryer and then everything I eat is fried because I have one in my kitchen.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
and and
So it's kind of breaking the what did they say? Like breaking the chain or breaking the cycle.
right, and there's still
Yeah.
genetics. Like I'm a 5 foot, 9 girl with I'm not petite. I'm not a small frame at all. I'm never going to be petite. I can't
Hmm.
change that. I can change the
Right.
amount of fat that's on my body by what I put in it and how I work it out,
Right.
right? So you're never going to be tall.
No.
No, but you can change
And
much
I
fat
do
you
have
have
a
on your
petite
body.
frame. Exactly. I do have a
Right.
petite frame, but
Hmm.
again, it's how much is that petite frame padded?
Right.
Because
Right.
I mean my
And
ring
so,
size, I have a 4.5 ring finger. Like that's like a child size.
right. And I have an 8 and I have no fat on my
Right.
fingers. So,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Hmm. So there is, like I said, there is genetics, but also you can make healthy choices. So you can't be like, oh, well, my whole family's fat, so I'm just going to be fat. It's like, no, you
Right.
can make choices to be better than you
Right.
are right now.
That's
And there,
laying in your shitty diaper when you just accept
exactly,
it and go with it.
exactly. Yeah. Um, let's see, what else were we doing? I'm looking at the notes here.
Yeah, I know, me too. I think we covered most of
I
it,
think we did
honestly.
too. You
Yeah,
know,
and I think so some key things are just like being flexible, and just knowing that just because that's how you've always done it doesn't mean that's how you have to continue doing it. Because what do
mhm.
they say? If you continue to do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got.
Right,
So it's kind of
exactly.
like you have to change, you have to make a change if you want something to change.
Hmm.
So I think that's a big thing. If you do have kids or grandkids, like trying to break that cycle, but
Hmm.
doing it, it's hard. It's hard to do it in a delicate manner, you know?
Hmm.
But I'll tell you what, she knows how to read a food label. She knows how to see
Right,
what the portion size is and make a decision for herself.
right. And reframing what health is,
Hmm.
because like I was taught that healthy is skinny.
Right.
Healthy was me at, 14 being 120 pounds, not 190 pounds.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm 190 pounds now. I mean, I'm not 14 and I'm healthy.
Right.
I can say that with 100% certainty of all the people I know, I'm very healthy. So,
Hmm.
so the way that we think about health, not just being the scale, but being what we put into our body, how we nourish ourselves, our energy levels, our muscle tone, our, body fat percentage, all of that kind of stuff, the way our heart is beating, the way that our blood work is coming back, like all of
Yeah.
that stuff is health. It's not just the scale.
And we're not afraid to go to the doctor anymore. I
No,
don't know if you
no.
were, I
Yeah,
hated going to the doctor. Now
I
I'm
hated
like,
it.
oh, I have a doctor's appointment. Like, oh, haha.
Right. Yeah. And really, and another one too, and we talked about a little bit, is like learning how to eat, because we ate because it was morning. We ate because it was lunchtime. We ate because there was food there. We ate because it was someone died. We ate because someone got married. We ate because there was a party. We ate because, Stacy bought donuts. We ate. We didn't eat. We never ever. I never once thought, oh, am I hungry? Should I eat this or not? And now
Right,
I do.
exactly.
Now it's
Right.
like, oh wait, yeah, there's donuts, but I know what donuts taste like, and I'm not
Stale
hungry.
ass donut. Right.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna eat that stale ass donut,
I'm gonna eat a gourmet donut if I'm eating a donut. Like I'm
and
going to
it's
like a
gonna be
gourmet donut
planned,
shop.
and I'm gonna
Right.
enjoy the hell out of that damn thing.
Yeah.
Now, I have 5, 6 now French bakeries, and if you think that's not hard to not just pop a macaron in my mouth every day, and I'm not gonna say that I don't, but I'm not getting a 6 pack.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, so anyway, so yeah, like reframing what health is and like how you measure health is really important.
Hmm.
And then also unlearning the extreme food rules, right? Like there
Hmm.
really should be no rules around food.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's like you having a conversation with yourself about what you're putting in your body.
Exactly.
And if you choose to put A or B or C, if you made that choice out of um, the making a decision for what's best for your body or for your future plans or for what you want most in life rather than what you want right now, chances are you're gonna make a
Right.
difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing that I try to teach too is fueling your body. And I try to teach
Mhm.
Chelsea that too. I'm like, you wouldn't put like the now listen, she 10, 11 now, doesn't know the difference between what gas goes in a lawnmower, but I was like, you wouldn't put gas for the lawnmower into your car.
Right.
Actually, you do. Because it's going to run differently. I was like, so you don't want to put, you've got to fuel your body the way that your body needs to be fueled. Like you're an athlete, you need to eat in order to fuel yourself to be able to run around on a field all day.
Hmm.
I was like, you can't just put any old gas in your car, so you wouldn't just put any old gas into your body. I was like, you just have to treat your body better. And I make her like think through, like, hey, how did you feel after practice today? Do you feel like you had, or a game or whatever? Do you feel like you had the energy to get through it? Do you feel like you
Hmm.
did the right thing? And she'll say like, yeah or no, like so she knows by what she ate before how she
Hmm.
felt like while she was playing. So it's kind of like associating that and making it make sense because if it clicks here,
Hmm.
then she'll get it and she'll understand and then she'll want to eat the right thing.
And I never have said, oh my gosh, I feel like shit after eating a healthy meal, like a salad with some chicken and
Right.
light dressing, right? I've never said that. I have after
Hmm.
eating a hamburger and fries and a brownie with
Hmm.
some
And
ice
too
cream
much
on
of it.
top, right?
Right.
I've never said, oh my gosh, I wish I didn't work out today. I might have said that workout was hard, but I feel better because I did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never
Yeah.
regretted working out. I regret every morning when I wake up and I'm going to the gym. People are like, "Oh my gosh, it's so easy for you." No, the fuck, it's not.
Right.
Every morning, I'm like, God damn,
I've had
again.
you message me before. Can you tell me I'm supposed to be going to the gym?
Right?
Tell me,
Yeah, right.
tell
And
me to get out of bed.
I told Christy all the time. So I work out with a girl named Christy. She's really good at it. She goes every day at 6:30. And I'm like, if I'm not here tomorrow, you text me that I'm a fucking bitch. And she's like, okay. So,
Right. And she will.
and she will. So yeah, and having people around you that support you, I think that is huge because, I've, you guys all know my dating struggles, but I've dated men who like kind of not pushed food on me, but kind of just, that's all they wanted to do was go out to dinner or get drinks. And I'm just like,
Right.
no, like that is not my lifestyle at all.
Right.
And,
Right.
Code Man's going to eat what he's going to eat, but he's never going to be like like, no, you have to have some, or why aren't you having some? He's like, okay, cool. Like, you do you. And he doesn't drink.
Mm,
So there's no pushing there at all. So
right.
it's about aligning you with healthy people. My friend group, my close friend group, um, are all women my age, with some a little bit younger. But we all work out, and that's where I met him, was at the gym. You know, I don't hang out with the type of people I used to hang out with because it doesn't align with my goals. So,
Right.
yep,
Yep. All right. Let me see. I think we really did do pretty.
cover
Oh,
everything.
the one last thing was about comparison. I did just
Oh
now
yeah.
notice that. Like social media and comparison. So like social media, it's great and it's also bad at the same time. Just because you see, first of all, you see people, they are doing and selling and whatever, anything that they can to make a
Anything.
dollar, to get a
Yes.
like, to get more followers. Like you have to figure out who's genuine and who's not, and not just hop on board with, the next whatever or someone that looks like they've got it all together. Because listen, social media is 9 times out of 10 a highlight reel for people. You don't
Hmm.
see the bad. You don't see right now, you can see our turkey necks, but you don't a lot of times there's angles and there's people know how to take a picture at a certain I know people that know how to take a picture at a certain angle, okay? I'm like, you don't look like that in person. Please
I
believe
know,
there's
we
people
feel
here that
right.
know what you look like in person, right?
Maybe I'll do one tomorrow of me kind of just like standing normal and then standing like at an angle.
Yeah,
And
we
then put
both
it,
should do that. Let's do
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna do
Let's
that
take
tomorrow
pictures
when I go to the
tomorrow.
gym. I'm gonna do the gym, me just standing with normal with my shoulders, whatever. And I mean, I don't have a belly anymore because it was cut off, but yeah, just standing normal, and then I'll like pose and put my little butt out and
Right.
twist
Pop it,
twist my
lock it.
top, and yeah. So, and then we'll just compare them because I think it's important that
I'll try.
people,
I'll try. I don't know if I could pose very well, but I'll try.
yeah. So I think it's important that when you're following people and looking at influencers, that you're looking at like authentic ones.
Instagram versus reality.
Instagram versus reality. And if somebody is on there saying, "Oh, I take Ozempic, it's great. I only ate Doritos today," they're not the right one.
That's not the person for you, right?
Literally, I saw that somewhere. It was months ago, but I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you serious? Are you
Right.
selling this to people?"
Right, exactly.
Can't.
Right.
And like, listen, Steph and I, we're very open about being on Zepbound, and it's been fantastic for us. But we're using it as a tool to help us in our toolbox of other stuff to be healthy
Mm-hmm.
humans. It's not the miracle drug, right? It's not,
No, not
I
at all.
lost the weight without it. So it's just helping us maintain it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that was a lot of information. And hopefully you found it helpful.
Yeah. Helpful, and that you can try to reframe if any of this resonates with you and you feel like you're that type of person that's like labeling food as good or bad, or you're starting the gym every Monday, or you're joining the next step diet or whatever the heck it is. Like if you're doing anything like that and you want to break free from that, just think about some of the things that we talked about and just take one next best step, one
Mm-hmm.
next best thing. Don't start a 6 day a week, a 6 day a week, 6 day, yeah, 6 day a week gym thing, and I'm gonna meal prep 7 days a week. Like, don't do that to yourself. Start small.
Right.
Pick one thing and then build on it, and pick
Do
another thing and
breakfast.
then build on it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And just build from there. And if you need the motivation, or you need what could my next step be, like, our DMs are always open. You can
Yeah.
reach out to us because we can tell you we've taken a lot of next steps. I'm
Yes.
not saying they were all perfect, but we've taken a lot of next steps.
Mm-hmm.
So any like words of encouragement that we could give, tag us in a post. We will encourage you. We can be some rah-rah chicks for sure.
For
So
sure. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Justy can help you get out of bed in the morning to go to the gym. She'll call you a bitch if you don't show up.
Right. Right.
If
Yeah, I
that's what
was
you're
thinking,
into.
right. We all have our things we like. uh, and another thing that I think is really important too, that I would have done in my bigger days, with my kind of all or nothing or people pleasing mentality that I used to have. Codeman doesn't work out. He plays a whole lot of golf. But I'll stay at his house, and instead of staying in bed with him, he doesn't wake up until like 7:15. Actually, he leaves at 7:15, so like 6:30. I'm out of his house by like 5:45. And and my old Justy would have been like, I would have put myself second, to spend time with him, and then put my goals and my fitness and health on the back burner. And that's what I did with my career. That's what I did with men. That's what I did with my kids. That's what I did with a lot of things, because I just didn't feel that I could put myself or should put myself first. And now
Like you
that
didn't
shit,
deserve it.
yeah, like that shit's not happening now. And
Right.
it's not
No.
because I'm skinnier. It's because I've done the mental work. So, um, so anyway, that's that.
All right.
All right. Well, we don't know what we're talking about next.
No, we barely knew what we were talking about today, so we'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. And I think I'll put something on Instagram as well. Maybe just like ideas, or what do you guys want to know? I get random questions quite a bit. Like I said, we answer them all the time. So if you have any questions, let us know. Um, and I think we need to do our quarterly. Do we do our quarterly goals?
I don't think we did. At
Yeah,
this
we
point,
did.
we're about to have to do mid-year goals
Right.
because it's almost June.
And I usually do really good at those, but I'm failing at one of them. So, that would be the budget.
I don't even remember what mine are, so
Oh, that's
so
hilarious. So
there's
yeah,
that.
maybe we'll do that one next. So, kind of like a mid-year thing.
Check in, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, have a good night.
Yes. Look, I was about to touch the screen again. I'm telling you guys, I keep going to tap the screen on my laptop and it is not a touch screen. So
That's funny.
that's where I am today. But anyway, thanks for joining us and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.